Former President George H.W. Bush is in intensive care this morning. A spokesman for the family says he's being treated at a Houston hospital for sepsis. He was admitted just one day after the funeral of his wife of 73 years, Barbara Bush. CNN chief medical correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta joins us now. Sanjay, great to have you here. What is sepsis?
Sepsis is an infection that becomes more serious, potentially life-threatening, something that can start off as relatively minor, even something the body could typically combat. But for various reasons, oftentimes because someone's own immune system is unable to contain the infection, it starts to spread, and it spreads into the bloodstream. And what happens, Allison, there's a couple things. One is that you have this infection in the bloodstream, but then the body responds to it in a big way, trying to basically clear that infection. And that body's response can also make someone quite ill, can drop their blood pressure, can make their heart rate erratic. They may have difficulty breathing. So it's a combination of things that are happening at the same time that can make someone quite ill.
A family spokesperson put out a statement saying, well, it's a family statement. He is responding to treatments. He appears to be recovering. Can a 93-year-old truly recover from sepsis, or are you weakened after that?
I think you can recover. I mean, there is a cause here in this case, which is there's an infection, and it may have started anywhere in his body. A urinary tract infection, for example, can spread into the blood. That can be cleared using antibiotics. You identify what the bacteria is, you treat that. It's a balance. You want to be able to treat this infection without causing any damage to his other organs, his heart, his lungs, his kidneys, for example. But that can happen. I think, to your point, though, he is 93 years old. He does have these underlying illnesses. His immobility from his Parkinson's disease can actually make you at greater risk for these types of infections. He's been in and out of the hospital. So certainly it's very worrisome. I think it's very concerning. And his recovery, despite the statement there, is still going to be measured in days and weeks, not minutes and hours. But recovery is possible. People do recover from this, especially if treated early.
Sanjay, look, the timing is notable, okay? So he was hospitalized one day after his wife of 73 years, Barbara Bush's funeral. Is there such a thing, a medical thing, as a broken heart?
Yeah, it's interesting, Allison. People think of this as sort of more anecdotal stories, and they are, but there has been some science around what is known as broken heart syndrome. First of all, that's a syndrome where in response to some devastating loss, like what the president suffered here, the body releases all sorts of different chemicals into the bloodstream and can have a direct impact on the heart. Can cause the heart to become weakened and to even fail, broken heart syndrome. And so that's sort of a tangible representation of this loss. There's also a tangible sort of impact on the immune system. Your immune system, again, being able to fight these types of infections on your own, that's what we do all the time. When you're healthy and you're not suffering a loss like this, but your immune system can also become weakened in the wake of a loss like this. So that, again, could take what may have been a minor infection and amplify it, allow it to spread.
Sanjay, let's end on this positive note, okay? This is a hardy man. He jumps out of planes. This was him on his 90th birthday, okay, 3 years ago. This wasn't his 60th birthday. This was his 90th birthday. So his heart is strong. He can tolerate something that certainly I could not, or many people. So, who knows? I mean, you probably know better than anyone what's going to happen in the hospital next to him. But look, he's a strong guy.
I don't know. I could do it on my 50th birthday coming up, Allison. Yeah, I mean, the will to live, the fight that everyone keeps talking about, his response to these antibiotics, these medications in the intensive care unit. He is 93. He does have this underlying illness, but he has been in and out of the hospital before and has these quick recoveries. So, fingers crossed. Certainly wishing him well.
Of course, Sanjay. Thank you very much for all the expertise.
Yeah, thank you.